Delia Jose Comedis was born in her mother's parents' farm in Gabaldon, Philippines. She obtained formal education with a degree of liberal arts in English literature, a double major in BA Economics, and minor in BS Psychology from St. Louis University. She's also mother of 4 beautiful children. In 2022, she published, in collaboration with Eurobox, her new book titled Fortress of Poverty. And we have invited her here today to discuss her book. Hi, Delia. It's so great to see you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon from Amman, Jordan.
So, first of all, please just introduce us to your book. What is Fortress of Poverty about?
Okay, it's a simple guidebook for Filipino domestic helpers, generally. I tried my very best to put the most detailed solutions to their problems because in the year 2008, I was actually applying for a diplomat position in Amman, Jordan. But then they referred me because I have no experience and I have no background on diplomatic positions, which is supposed to be starts from the Philippines. I never worked under government or any public sector on that matter. So when I was in Jordan, I tried my best to go venture in that view. So I went to the Philippine embassy and I told them that I like a position on diplomatic position. And they told me, because I have no experience at all, they told me to go to the recruitment agency. And so they referred me to certain agencies in Amman and in the Philippines. And they asked me to, if I can help make a survey on the various problems and solutions that we, during that time, they are almost closed. The agencies in Jordan and in the Philippines, they want to close it because there were so many problems during that time. The Philippine embassy, which has annex, which is called POLO, or the Philippine Labor Office, the Philippine Overseas Labor Office. Okay, so that office in Amman was so full of runaway domestic helpers or abused domestic helpers, so many problems. And there's not even a space for these workers in Polo before because they are really so plenty. They all run to that office. And so we tried to find ways to put solutions why these things are happening. So I tried my very best to venture in and make a study why such problems are happening. So it starts from, the supply, because I supply now at present, I supply Filipino workers to Jordan, and meaning to say not supply, we process their documents, the ones who like to work abroad. And then, the book is actually historical in the very beginning because it all starts from the Spanish period who, the elite Spanish people before, they were the one who started this job. Although internationally, the story of slavery, the black slavery before to Europe and then to the US and then also Asia. But in Asia, when the Spanish came to the Philippines, it was in the Philippines where it started.
As any non-fiction book, it can be considered like a scientific reading. But when it comes to a target public of readers, can we say that this is just for professionals or students, or is it a reading that can result interesting for anybody?
Well, specifically, I made it for the Filipino workers. Okay, when you think about it, it's really for them. But, it's part of history of the Philippines because their government, their economic, and why these things happen. The Filipinos are well known internationally, and internationally, they have professionals. At the same time, they have the domestic helpers as workers abroad. They are well known for that.
And how long did it take to end the book, to write down the book? How difficult was it? And what was the most difficult part?
Well, the most difficult part was when I was starting. It took many years because when I applied for this hopefully diplomatic position in the Philippine embassy, and so they let me into the recruitment agency. I don't know anything about the recruitment agency. So what I did was go to the Philippines and study the situation, go to various agencies. Maybe I went to the main field. Main field was recruiting system, wherein I go look for this applicants, if they like to go abroad, something like that. So I have to explain. And when I was recruiting, everybody was surprised because I didn't recommend any, or I did not ask for any placement fee or any money from them. Actually, I was the one who was financing them. I offered some, they like to go there, they have no money at all because, these are the poorest sector of the population. They are the poorest sector of the population. Sometimes you meet women, they're not educated at all, illiterate. But how can you, in this world, employ some kind of people so illiterate to this, even to this kind of field? They are going to work with foreigners, for instance, Arab world, foreigners, and they don't know anything about English. They don't understand these people's culture and tradition. So I think that even like primary levels, they still have to have the view of the world, or else they will lost. You go abroad, you don't know anything.
Thank you, Delia. I really think that your book is an awakening reading more than just interesting. So we want to wish you very good luck with your book and thank you for sharing your study.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fortress of Poverty is a guidebook. The author's personal story emerges from every line and is meant to be an example to readers. Difficulties and perseverance mark this path. Domestic workers will find food for thought, advice, and useful instructions to do their job better. Fortress of Poverty, written by Delia Jose Comedis, is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobooks.